remember how when I said I wouldn't be doing another Suzie Lou update video for a while? Yeah, after seeing this video, not much of it, but bits of it, I'm gonna have to thoroughly throw that bud out the window. This was totally unexpected. The only reason I'm making this is because, in the group Discord I have with Snare, AK, and Robo. Robo sent this by Scumbag Hector, who has 172 subscribers. And I have just spotted the dislike ratio. Fucking fabulous. 23 likes to 142 dislikes. Jesus Christ. But the video is titled, John Swan is a terrible journalist. Ladies and gentlemen, meet another simp of Suzie Lou. Because literally right at the start of this video he's talking about his reports on Suzy, which is absolute fucking bollocks. Like, I've only seen a couple bits of this and I stopped it twice, like, what the fuck are you on, mate? And at that point, I just like, you know what? No, I still need to make a video on this. This is like, what the fuck? I mean, he has 172 subscribers, and so he's got a bigger following than me. But this video, wow. I know, if you're watching, quick heads up. One, don't watch this video because it'll most likely just piss you off, and that's the last thing I want to do. I've done that enough on this channel. And two, I'm basically going to be watching this video and giving my thoughts on it, because the first couple minutes of this is just WTF, and I feel like this, I don't think anyone's made a video talking about this. This is something I wasn't expecting to find on my Discord group server with me, Snare, AK, and Rubberknight, but I did. And yeah, let's just watch it, shall we?
Before the commentary mafia decides to call me a cloud chaser, look at yourselves in the mirror. Make sure to not say things that apply to you as well, for hypocrisy is always applicable.
I think Suzie Lou should probably be paying attention.
John Swan is an extraordinary example of what great editing skills can do for your channel. He has great potential and greatly outshone his allies.
Well, I will admit, John Swan's editing is just fucking phenomenal. Like, I love his videos. They are really, really well edited and really, really well put together. They're just fantastic. They are fantastically made. I mean, look, Chris Hansen, Part 1. How James Charles fell victim to false stories. How Just Destiny broke the law. Controversy explained. And the one down here, that is new information about the mystery brand scam. Who runs it? Which I think some guy in Poland, from what John's saying. But this, John Swan's editing is amazing. I couldn't even get to his try, even if I tried. I mean, I could. But right now, I cannot be fucked.
His channel grew quickly, and it's no surprise. His video quality speaks volumes. However, I'm not here to praise him. I'm here to criticize his transgressions. Much like the commentary mafia, who are known to spread lies and twist words.
I am unaware of the commentary mafia. Is that even a fucking thing? And I'm sorry, when I think of mafia, I think of a bunch of people just casually walking down the street and then just shooting a bunch of people because they're part of a rival gang or some shit. That's literally what I think of. I just think of... I think I've been playing Mafia too long.
He is an unethical news source who will twist words to get his point across. He will do this in his video.
I've just realized something. The music that's currently in the background, I probably don't have, the rights to that. Fuck. I'm hoping that's royalty free. I'm fucking praying it is. If not, then I'll link it in the description. I'll put a link in the description anyway, just even if it is royalty free, just to be on the safe side.
Videos, and very few are calling him out on it. It's hard being the underdog because given the commentary mafia's size, they can't take control of the narrative and not worry about any possible backlash. What they say is deemed as the factual truth when in reality, it isn't.
Except when you have evidence. Literally, we're 56 seconds into the video, and what you just stated already has plot holes. There are already holes in your story. They actually show evidence. How can you fuck's sakes. This is like Musley all over again.
For example, the entirety of the Suzie Lou drama was based on speculation treated as fact. John Swan used Tipster's points and conclusion in his video to further his narrative.
What was his narrative? Apart from showing to everyone what an utter scumbag Suzie Lou is. I know she's gonna have a go at me. I mean, like, I'm not gonna... Calling you Suzie a scumbag, that's not... I mean, me calling her a bitch, yeah, that's probably pushing it too far. Even though she is an unpleasant thing. Literally, Google the definition of bitch, I literally did. But at the same time, Suzie is a scumbag. I mean, okay, so apparently her reaction videos have gone better. I don't know, I've not watched any of them, and for good fucking reason, I'd be bored out of my mind. Everyone, I'm never gonna watch one of her reaction videos. I'm really not. I would be so bored, I'd just take my computer apart and see what happens if I stuck my dick in the fan. Just for some mild entertainment.
Tipster is a drama queen, and taking his word at face value is a red flag because he is not a credible source. Not in by social...
Hold on, did you just say Tipster isn't a credible source? What? Already, you're full of shit. How is Tipster not a credible source? You do realize Tipster has shown evidence of this shit, right? You are aware of that. You are aware John Swan has shown evidence. I mean, he even showed a bunch of DMs involving James Charles, which were fake, and he even proved a DM to Blair White to be fake. And of course, Drama Opinion said, no, it's not, even though she was looking at the wrong part of the fucking video, because she is an idiot. But Tipster doesn't skew facts. He doesn't... That's bollocks.
John Swan needs a reality check. He isn't a righteous news source, and needs to be called out on his BS because the false information he spreads is being treated as fact by a multitude of people.
That's because... First off, one, he doesn't need a reality check. I mean, that's Suzie Lou who needs a fucking reality check. And two, John Swan's videos are factually correct. He's shown dozens of proof. He's shown tons of proof that proves all of the shit Susie's done is illegal. And, in essence, being a bitch. Calling someone a bitch and saying you're being a bitch, there's no real difference there. I mean, it's better saying you're being a bitch instead of being called a bitch. There is a difference. It's better someone saying you're being a bitch than someone saying you're a bitch. It's much better.
Despite having some truth and valid points made in his video,
okay, so his head's not completely up his ass.
The errors and manipulation needs to be called out.
What errors and manipulation? There are no errors. Like, I've seen his Suzie Lou videos multiple times. Not once is there any real error. And two, if anyone's doing the manipulation, it's Suzie Lou who's doing the manipulation. Suzie is the one manipulating people, thinking, ooh, I'm being bullied, these people are making videos saying shit about me, and then she does the exact same bloody thing to them on Twitter. Bitch, the fuck? I apologize for calling her a bitch, but she fucking is. I'm sorry, she is. Until she actually wakes the fuck up and realizes what she's doing is wrong. And, yeah, actually, well, I mean, I'm gonna point something out. I know I did say something. Regarding Susie's reactions on her website via VIP, calling that illegal. Bravo! Bravo! Ladies and gentlemen, he might not be as lost as we first thought. Sorry, Honest, but literally people are calling you a lost cause, so... In a way, you could take that as me defending you, or me bullying you, or making fun of you. I couldn't give a fuck at this point. Seriously. I mean, at this point, you've still not messaged me on Discord. Literally, I'm waiting for you to do that so we can actually talk this shit out. Because I really want to.
When questioned about his source, he would simply ignore it or provide nothing at all.
What do you mean would provide nothing at all? What are you on about? I mean, him protecting his source, duh. That does kind of make a bit of sense, him not saying who his source is. I mean, it kind of makes a bit of sense, if you think about it. Isn't this something that is done in the news industry? And the fact that he actually has contacts in these places is brilliant. So it's kind of a safe assumption to say that one of his sources is in this thing. Hang on, what the hell is this? Important message. I just got this from my source. Copyright holders are aware of Suzie Lou and have been gathering evidence for a massive lawsuit in the United States. Her Patreon page was just forced to remove all content. After the content was removed, she posted this. I'll bet you anything those tweets are no longer there, because, as we all know, she purges her shit.
It's important to be transparent because the people and other news outlets need to verify it. Even if the source wants to remain hidden, a receipt is needed to prove that there is a source.
You are a moron. If a source wishes to remain anonymous or keep their identity protected, and John is abiding by it, respecting that, then your argument here is completely invalid and trash. Not to mention completely garbage. I mean, I feel like you don't know how any of this works. I'm sorry, to me, it feels like you don't.
Otherwise, it's hearsay and that shouldn't carry weight in backing up a claim.
What the fuck is this, a call on Judge Judy?
While watching this video for the first time, there isn't much to question. It isn't until you take the time to investigate the entirety of the situation that the flaws become apparent. What I mean by this is, Mario Flamingo is very good at presenting himself, and his errors won't be clear unless you take a closer look.
Hang on. His name is Mario... Wood?
Mario Flamingo
Wood?
For example, the tweets where he accused Suzie Lou of filing a privacy complaint have no evidence to back it up. Anybody could file a privacy complaint as well as flag a video. John Swan didn't address this and immediately blamed Suzie Lou with no evidence.
I'm gonna quickly point something out. He didn't bring the privacy thing up until video 2. And point 2, did he specify that it was Suzie Lou herself that issued the privacy thing? I cannot for the life of me remember. One sec while I go see.
Just before I go, I just want to mention a few more things that have happened. Basically, there's been an influx of privacy complaints and closed captioning complaints.
Okay, so he showed a bunch of screenshots. Well, not a bunch, 2. Which were tweets he stated where Suzie Lou sent him this. I mean, yeah, you could argue the fact that he did say it was... Actually, no, yeah, he kind of did say it. But... I mean, so, yeah, technically... How do you know it was Suzie Lou? How about the fact it wouldn't have been the first fucking time? I mean, seriously, this is Suzie Lou we're talking about. We got all uppity at Mark After Dark for using a clip of one of her Let's Plays at the start of his video. It's kind of safe to assume this was by Suzie. I mean, who else would do this? Above from either CJ or one of her fans. I mean, it's a safe bet it probably was Suzie Lou. Not saying it was 100% Suzie Lou, I am not. But it is plausible.
Simply put, he played a major role in wrongly demonizing her. Even if she did make those reports, Suzie Lou has the right to report the videos made by John Swan and Tipster because...
Yeah, except for one slight problem, they're not bullying or harassing her. Which is the same fucking crap Einars was talking about. Jesus fucking Christ. People like this, I feel like they need to give their fucking head a shake. Like, for real. These guys were not bullying or harassing Suzie Lou. It's the same with me. I am not bullying or harassing Suzie Lou. What we are doing is criticizing her actions and straight up calling her out. That is literally what everyone has done involving Suzie Lou. Granted, there are a bunch of fuckwits out there who have gone way too far to the point where it actually is harassing and bullying, where they probably even sent death threats or some shit, which I am 100% fucking against, and you deserve to be arrested. Like, if you're gonna send someone death threats, you deserve to go to fucking jail. Like, no questions asked. But John Swan's video, they weren't harassment or bullying. The 3-minute video on his second channel, you could argue, even though Meme Insider already did that with Jack's films. So I was like, you're talking shit. And if we're talking about bullying and harassing, can we please talk about Ethan fucking Klein? People saying, we're all bullying and harassing Suzie Lou, stop it, blah, 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 blah. I just want to shove a fucking cork down their throat and make them shut up. Because, to me, they just sound like ultimate simps who need to shut the fuck up and actually have their brains opened. Because they do not know what's going on. They are so obsessed with this person. Susie's fans are like ultimate obsessed fans of BTS. It's ridiculous.
They did take things too far. Using the word in John Swan's case was a strong insult towards a man defending his girlfriend, as well as deprecating humor at Suzie Lou's expense.
When don't people do that with each other? I mean, literally, Ethan Klein did that on one of his videos, which John Swan even talked about. What exactly is your argument? This is the thing that happens. People will playfully take the piss out of each other. But as long as you can actually take it, as long as you can take it and see that they are actually just taking the piss and just having a bit of fun, who the fuck cares? I know there is a level. There is a level of how far you can actually go. And if you cross the line, then you're being a dick. But if you stay within that line, you're perfectly fine. As long as you don't push it too far. I'm not saying actually do it to their face. I am not. That would just be you being an asshole. Like, again, because that would be over the line. Yeah, I'm just basically just thinking of sitcoms right now, thinking of good examples. And the only two I can think of is two British sitcoms. There's Red Dwarf and Mrs. Brown's Boys. And that's later series all around to Mrs. Brown. Check them out.
Muesli made a great video explaining how this was the case because they tried to plead innocent to their admitted guilt.
Muesli's video was absolute horseshit. So I made a reaction on that video, and can I point something out? Hector, you've missed out a gigantic section of the video. You've missed something from Muesli's video which states that Muesli had, in essence, no proof. Everything he had, all the tweets and videos he had coincidentally been deleted, and that he doesn't archive his stuff, so we have to take his word on it. No, that's not how that works. Even Judge Judy would, if you he went into court and said, oh, such and such did this. Can I see some evidence? I don't archive my shit. Well, then how can I believe you? That's literally... And I should know that because I have seen a shit ton of Judge Judy. And I've seen a shit ton of Judge Rinder, too. Just fucking hysterical. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Judge Rinder also playfully takes the piss out of the plaintiff and the defendant. But not in a malicious way. He does it in a very friendly kind of way. He's a very friendly guy. I don't know him personally, but from what I see, he's very friendly. Muesli's video had zero proof. And the only type of people who would buy it are brainless. Yes, I'm throwing an image of Suzie Lou up here because that's effectively what she said this video was brilliant and it helps defend her. No, I fucking didn't. It couldn't defend you in any way, especially since literally right at the start of the video he says, I don't have any proof. And then he says, if you're saying I don't have any proof, what are you talking about? I've shown it all the evidence. I have. No, you fucking haven't. Jesus Christ. Also, wouldn't have to do one of these for like another couple weeks, almost a month. I wanted to put an end to this for a bit, but I guess no!
Furthermore, loosely elaborated on how there is no true evidence to back up the commentary mafia's claims.
Want a fucking bet? There is a shit ton of proof. A shit ton. Literally, Suzy, I want to know, Suzy, what fucking magical mushroom you bought off a leprechaun you are smoking. I really want to know. You are so full of it. There is so much proof against you. Wake the fuck up!
They made it all up by twisting words and used speculation to cast their judgment.
No, they fucking didn't.
Something they need to be held accountable for.
No, that's something Suzie Lou needs to be done.
I've had the evidence that Suzie Lou is a lying, thieving, flagging, harassing scumbag in my hands all along. Just look.
Yeah, you are... And again, Musley, you are full of it because you had zero proof. You had zero proof to back up Suzy. Zero fucking proof. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the comments on your video were basically just people calling you a simp. I really fucking... Actually, you know what? Before we continue this video, let's see Hector's comments and see if anyone's calling him a simp. This video is so bad, it's funny. When you're trying to be a YouTuber, but don't know what a waveform is. Seeing the profile picture of the first comment, I know already what narrative this is following. This is the funniest video I have ever watched. Thank you for the love. Hey, that's John Swan's second channel. You obviously are trying to give out your opinion, which is horrible. Bruh, speculation treated as fact. You mean context? Dude, the John Swan drama has passed its sell-by date. You have ruined your credibility. Shit. The music is louder than your voice. Next time try lowering the volume of the music. Yeah, that is actually, something you probably should do. I mean, notice how in my videos I don't really tend to use music. Like, if I do use music, it's probably because I'm playing a computer game, so it's built-in music. And with those, I try to turn the volume down as much as possible, but still enough so I can still hear the fucking thing. Congratulations! This video did nothing! What was the reply? To be fair, I got a couple of laughs out of it. Fair enough. By the way, I thought we were done with the Suzie Lou and Stejo situation. Oh, we will never be done. We will never be done. Because the minute we are done with that, it's basically... I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, like, even if we do all stop making these videos, even if people just stop paying attention, they'll probably just find some stupid way of becoming relevant again and gaining attention. And basically that's what I'm doing in these update videos. It's bringing up all of this stupidity and desperation to stay in the public eye. When in fact what you really should do is kindly fuck off and never return. Okay, so I just found this comment by Scumbag, which is, what the fuck? I used Mozart music, which is public domain. Since I downloaded it, I own the copyright to the download. And by extension, I own the copyright to the comment since I typed it. What? Bro, there's like so much wrong with that fucking statement. I used Mozart music, which is public domain. Since I downloaded it, I own the copyright to the download. What? This actually got a bunch of replies. Hey, we got a bunch of intelligent individuals sitting in our stadium. Not true. You have to copyright your comment. The written music is out of copyright, but a recording by an orchestra is not. Okay. You can hire an orchestra yourself and record it, and you would own that. Okay, so I'm guessing the music isn't copyright? I'm still gonna link it, just in case I do get fucked over from it. The particular recording you used is by Moss Wiseman under the KKP Classical Record label. The music is public domain, but the recording you used is not. Oh, I just read Dogland's comment. I love it. I downloaded your video. I own you now. I'm gonna be copy striking you soon. Oh, I love it. Oh no, Lou, what? I think you are missing the point on purpose. Is it too hard for you to understand? If I record a concert on my phone, I own that footage. If I download a video and restream it, expect consequences. No, Lewis, you're missing the point. Dog Planet is just taking the piss out of what Scumbag Hector just said. Good point. Same would apply to vocals, to songs, as well as drawings too. The purpose of my content was to mock John Swan's knowledge on copyright. To call yourself a copyright expert but then make errors in multiple arguments about copyright disputes would raise questions about his credibility. Valid observation. But he didn't make mistakes. You did. Lots of them, and it was very funny to watch. Do you own the recording itself? Oh great, we're going back to the recording again. I am no copyright expert, but during my software engineering degree, it was one of the modules. As you have to protect your intellectual property. I wish you luck with your channel, but I think you championed the wrong person here. Yep. Thank you for the kind words. If we are talking about Suzie Lou, I feel she deserves her due diligence, as with anyone else on this platform. Even a scumbag should be heard out if they are being accused, because kangaroo courts, court of public opinions, are too dangerous in this day and age. Fuck you. That is just a douche move. Kangaroo courts? Really, you're actually gonna go that fucking far? As for John Swan, his behavior concerns me as he acts rash and impulsive. He has talent, but that's beside the point. He could have ignored this, but chose to show his machismo, is that even a word? And clownish attitude. Something a channel his size shouldn't engage in if being criticized. Yeah, well, you've got zero chance of getting to where he is. He is far better than you. Okay? He doesn't act rash or impulsive. What are you talking about? There's nothing rash or impulsive in his videos. And he actually said that he was going to ignore this. Bottom was, everything kept piling up. Please point out those exact errors, because you did a very, very bad job of it in your video. Did you understand the section of speculation stated as fact? Do you understand that you're a no one and no one cares about your feels? Niece Lone Wolf. Don't be a dick. I'll bet you anything, Niece Lone Wolf is probably a follower of Suzie Lou or some shit. Because if you remember, Suzie Lou made a tweet going, dude, literally no one cares about what you have to say. You are just a massive loser. That was literally a tweet Suzy put out. And that comment is effectively the same bloody thing. Bruh. Are you actually gonna be a dick? Wow. Jesus. Fuck.
John Swan is extremely good at painting people in a negative light. These Suzie Lou tweets that were taken out of context did not disappoint in this.
When were they taken out of context? What are you on about?
John Swan dug up a lot of old information and used it to make Suzie Lou public enemy #1.
You do realize you're effectively taking Becky Boop's tweet out of context right now? I mean, that is a tweet by Becky Boop talking about Suzie Lou doing a live stream of the BBC News, which she definitely doesn't have the copyright to. And so, I know, there you go, evidence Susie's stealing content. And believe it or not, it's not just anime, it's BBC shit too. You are taking shit out of context, Hector. John Swan didn't.
Prior to the 2020 April bandwagon, Suzie Lou got what she deserved because of her false copyright strike. She became a bandwagon for what she did to Mark After Dark back in 2019. Berkeley Turkey also mentioned the stolen streams and her channel getting taken down back in December of 2019. He didn't pull his punches in this aside from taking out the insults. He used past information to make Suzie Lou the villain of YouTube, which made the 2020 April drama so ridiculous.
You do realize, I mean, if you're gonna pull up that argument, you could say the same thing for Shane Dawson. If you're gonna use that type of argument on Suzie Lou, then everyone can use the same argument on Shane Dawson or PewDiePie or fucking Keemstar. It is bullshit. It is absolute 100% crap. You're basically just giving them a get out of free card. That's basically what you're doing. You're giving them a get out of jail free card. And the reason her past is getting brought up is because in the present, she accused all of us for being harassers and bullies, and people bringing up her past of her being a bully and a harasser. That's why her past got brought up, and for good fucking reason, so we know what kind of person Suzy actually is. Not a good person, especially someone whose head is so far up her own ass and so indulged into her own ego, she can't see or think clearly.
Suzie Lou got attacked on the speculation that the videos critical of her were taken down by her. Bruce, Goose, and the mob who would later become the
Okay, I just realized something. I think his name actually is John Swan, and Hector is just saying random shit like Bruce, Goose. What?
commentary mafia would use this narrative to say Suzie Lou is taking down videos and label her the biggest threat to YouTube.
Because she fucking is.
Here's the issue. It's all speculation based on no solid evidence.
Literally, tons of evidence has been shown. Why can't you see it? Also, just going back a second, he mentioned something. If we go...
Suzie Lou got what she deserved because of her false copyright strike. She became a bandwagon for what she did to Mark After Dark back in 2019.
So at least he agrees that was correct. Which is, yeah, it was. It was 100% correct. She 100% deserved that. She 100% deserved the amount of backlash she got for what she did to Mark After Dark's video. She 100% deserved the DMCA takedowns she got for her stolen content. And she 100% deserved to have her channel terminated. Which, if I'm honest, that should have been the freaking end of it. But it wasn't. Her channel got reinstated the next fucking day.
Joe Crow was told by YouTube that his video was flagged by many people. Suzie Lou can't take down videos that will unless she issued a copyright strike, which is usually the absolute way of taking down a video.
I think you're missing something with... Again, you're missing something, Hector. You're missing the fact that when John Swan... With that video you're talking about, where John Swan got that tweet, 20 hours before that video got taken down, Suzie Lou put out a tweet basically saying, imagine putting so much time into making a video just to have it taken down by YouTube. The fact that tweet went out 20 hours before the video got taken down, that is extremely sketchy as hell. Yeah, that is fucked up. That's... I mean, the fact it was almost like she knew the video was gonna get taken down. So, what the fuck are you, a fortune teller? Because quite clearly you're a fucking shit one, and you shouldn't... If I'm honest, you should have met the same fate as the ones in the X-Files.
She hasn't made any known claims in this specific drama, meaning she learned something from the 2019 bandwagon. So her taking down videos and being a danger to YouTube is a bogus claim.
No, this is just a bogus video.
And even if she did flag the videos for bullying and harassment, again, she isn't within her right to do so, but YouTube has the final say if a video stays up, not her. Suzie Lou said she copyright striked the video that used a clip of her in a mocking manner. She was wrong, by the way.
Oh, let's support Hector here. At least he is pointing out that there are things Suzy did that was bollocks, like what she did with Mark After Dark's video. Like, taking a video down thing that made it look stupid, that is just... No. You idiot.
He took my Let's Play to then put at the start of his Let's Play, but only to make me look stupid. Why was it there? There was absolutely no point it being there whatsoever. And that was why I issued a strike, because I wanted it taken down.
So in Team YouTube's response to me, they noted that they couldn't find any instances of copyright abuse, and I assume what they're talking about is fraudulent DMCAs, basically trying to silence criticism by submitting copyright takedown. They're looking for a vision of DMCA abuse. YouTube have got it right here. She's literally said that she wanted it taken down because it made her look stupid. That is definitely a violation of the DMCA system. So there you go. There's your evidence. She literally admitted to it in this video. So that was really smart of her.
Which she did, which was really... She literally said the reason she took the video down is because it made it look stupid. Thanks. That just proved my point.
If there's one thing John Swan is on about, it is possible to take down a YouTube video through a DMCA complaint. That isn't the issue. The issue here is Suzie Lou's false copyright strike was from 2019. That was over a year ago. The drama from that has long passed its relevancy.
Did you even... I feel like I should just skip most of this video because, mate, you are missing the fucking point. You are missing some. I mean, you do realize that technically that is where all of this shit started, right? You do know that, right? Because if you don't, wake up.
John Swan isn't consistent with his copyright knowledge because there's a clip that questions his competence.
I got a question.
Right,
Swan,
yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
a question for you. Okay, so if you called into the Joe Rogan Experience, is
Yes.
that a call or a show?
If I called into it's a call and a show. What it's live streaming as a show, but if I call into it and I record the call on my end, I own the copyright to my recording of that call.
He's not wrong.
Hello?
You're a copyright expert.
Yes, I'm
And you think
literally
that
asking anyone.
you think that you can record your end of the Joe Rogan show if you go on?
Yes, and that is
Okay.
my recording and I own the rights.
Well, no, you can
100%.
own it, but you're not allowed to distribute it. And you understand
Yes, I
that
am.
YouTube is a
Yes, I can.
distribution thing.
No, I'm allowed to because
No,
there's
you can record it and hold it at your house, but you probably want permission depending on where you're recording it from.
It
Don,
does
no,
not
no, no, no,
matter.
no, 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 no. You're an 18-year-old copyright expert, John. Nobody buys your shit here. We're not kids.
Tonka.
Tonka,
Okay,
Tonka,
let's go
Tonka.
through
Dude,
this.
you're an 18-year-old copyright expert. We're not fucking dopey kids that buy your shit. We're not as dumb as you are. We're not as dumb as your
Okay,
audience.
Okay,
Bring the heat, kid.
Tonka, I'm literally telling you what this is. Okay, let's frame this a different way because you still don't seem to get it. If I go on a radio show, if I call into a radio show, right, and the radio show is being broadcasted, that radio show owns the copyright to me going on their radio show with them broadcasting that over the airwaves, right? That's fine. They own the copyright to that. But when I call in and I am recording me calling into the radio show, I'm recording it on my end. I own the copyright to that recording because I am recording on my end. Do you agree or do you disagree?
What you're saying to me is that if, and by the way, I like Nick. I would much rather
You like
this
everybody.
part doesn't happen before I say that. But that being said, so if you called into the Joe Rogan Experience,
Yes.
you then recorded your call, you uploaded it
On
to
my end.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep, you uploaded it to YouTube. You could then
Yes.
copyright strike Joe Rogan.
No,
Not
I
saying
cannot.
you would. You could because
No,
you
you
own
cannot.
the copyrights to that
No,
claim.
you can't. Because
So
it's
you
different. It's
Don't
different.
have.
No, because different. It's like you have to
Hey.
think about it. It's a bit complicated, so you have to think about it differently. Basically, on my end is different waveforms. It's a different. It's basically a completely different recording to what's on Joe Rogan's show. This is complicated, but there's situations like this in the past. Like, for example,
Can I ask a simple
there is a
question?
painting of the Mona Lisa. The painting of the Mona Lisa.
Simple
If I
question.
photograph the Mona Lisa is in public
For a simple
domain.
guy.
The act.
Hold on, you're gonna try to say that taking a picture of the Mona Lisa.
No,
is
just it'll link in here, Tonka. Just give me a second, okay?
Hey, if people
there's
if people
okay,
are
okay.
allowed to upload their recordings of their conversation on the Joe Rogan show, how come
Mhm.
nobody ever does it? Nobody ever.
Because it's not needed. Because Joe Rogan is doing
because
it anyway.
it's not needed.
Yeah, it's not needed. Why would you do that?
Really?
The Mona Lisa is in the public domain. It's not owned by anyone right now because
Oh,
it's
he is
over
gonna
100
say
years
it.
old. That's fine. Basically, I can go to the Louvre in Paris and I can photograph the Louvre, and I can claim copyright of that photograph of the Louvre. But the Louvre
You're
itself
going
isn't
with that.
copyrighted. That painting of the Mona Lisa isn't copyrighted.
Hold
but
on,
me
here,
going
hold
to the
Hold
Louvre
on.
and photographing it,
You're
I can
comparing
use
taking a photograph of the Mona Lisa
yes.
to somebody copying the Mona
Accordion
Lisa.
tool. Yeah, it's the same thing. Because
No, John, it's
about
not the
copyright.
same
about
thing.
who
See,
owns
there's
the
an
copyright.
issue. There's an
It's about
issue
who
with
owns
that
the
because
copyright.
people buy the rights to redistribute.
Hector, all you're doing in this little clip that I'm just showing, you're basically showing Tonga as a fucking retard who doesn't know shit about copyright. For those of you who aren't aware, which I was probably gonna, actually I was gonna try and bring up at some other point, there was a shit going on between Nicholas Diorio and Tonka, where Nicholas went on Tonka and the live stream to get on Tonga's channel. They were having a talk, but there was something Nicholas recorded, and Nicholas recorded that and then uploaded that to his YouTube channel, which Tonka copy striked, which he cannot do for the following reason: that was Nicholas's recording, he owns the copyright to that recording. Okay? And here's the think of it this way. Okay, no. I just remembered something that will work. Dead Soldier Production makes a bunch of, they have their own little Yu-Gi-Oh! Series called Revelations of the Seal of Orichalcos, and the cards they make up, I mean, they use cards that's, and soundtrack that's owned by, they use cards from, owned by Konami, and music soundtracks that are owned by, like, this actual show plus other sources. They take those and put it into their own show, plus they also make their own cards. Those cards they make up, they own the copyright to. Despite them being Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they own the copyright to them. So if you use their cards, well, for one thing, they're not going to be happy, and I know this because I asked Danny H if it would be fine to use some cards from the show, and he actually came back to me saying that he asked Tyler about this, and they said unfortunately no, because they're meant to be one of a kind and they're kind of OP. Which, okay, that's fair enough. So they own the copyright to those cards they create. They do. I think I need to explain this better. Robot Wars. Just go with me on this one for a second. Robot Wars is owned by Mentorn. Like the show, it's owned by the series, it's owned by Mentorn. They own the show. They hold the copyright to the series of Robot Wars. Now, I've downloaded a gajillion episodes of Robot Wars for my Robotic Warrior videos. While that's fair use, those videos I create for Robotic Warriors are mine. Look, I'm not exactly a copyright expert, okay? That's John Swan's department, okay? But you get my point. What Tonga is talking about is absolute bollocks, and Hector, this whole thing makes 0 sense. For all of you fans of John Swan, does this make sense to you? Yes, it does! Because John Swan is a copyright expert who knows what the fuck he's talking about. You don't! Neither do they! The only one here who knows what the fuck he's talking about is John Swan. Even I don't know what I'm talking about at this section. See, I just said a bunch of things of examples. They're probably all bollocks. Well, I know the Dead Soldier Production, the Dead Soldier Production thing isn't, because I literally asked Danny H about it, and no, the cards they create, the cards that Tyler makes, technically he owns the copyright to those cards. So, yeah, he owns the copyright to them. You are full of it. Okay, this is Jesus. What's the point of this section? Does it go any further?
Lisa Rebel.
But doesn't
you know
matter.
that, right?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
They're buying the
That
rights
does
to
matter,
redistribute
John, because
photographs.
what you're talking about
A
is totally
photograph.
different from what you're trying to. God.
Okay, I'm gonna let this play for a second. I'm just gonna have a drink. I've got a Live Plus Persist, which was originally called Lift. It was originally called Lift Plus, but they changed it to Live Plus. I'm not overly fond of it, if I'm honest. I love the crap out of Lift. I loved Lift Plus, and they may have changed it to Live Plus. It doesn't taste the same, though. It probably is the exact same, but to me, it does not taste the same. There is a slight difference. To me, Lift Plus tasted kind of similar to the Mother energy drink we have here in New Zealand, which I confused the fuck out of all my friends over. I literally went on call with one of my friends, and I told her I wanted to drink my Mother, and she was totally thrown and confused, like, what the fuck? She was so lost and confused. I just kept saying it over and over again, like, I love drinking my Mother. It's so delicious and yummy. And then I sent her a picture of it. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah. That's what I did it for, just to fuck with someone. It's a great thing to do with an energy drink that's only in one country and nowhere else.
Given how he's a self-proclaimed copyright expert, that is only a name.
Yeah, but he clearly knows his shit.
John Swan unintentionally made a fool out of himself because making products from public domain property makes it an original piece. What I mean by this is corporations have used public domain properties like Disney's Hercules or the 1001 Arabian Nights comic. Because of how the adaptation is made, it is now considered an original piece. The rules can be applied to photos and reproductions of a public domain property too.
And you say John Swan doesn't know what he's talking about. He didn't make a fool of himself, okay? He didn't make a fool of himself. Tonka and his friends were just being dickheads. If I'm being perfectly honest, they were just being dicks and not letting John properly explain himself. They weren't giving him a chance to actually talk because they kept interrupting. That's the thing I hate about people. When they want an explanation, like, when someone tries to give an explanation, the other fucker decides to be a dickhead and just interrupt. It's fucking annoying. I even see a shit ton in Judge Judy, most of the time by Judge Judy herself, which is kind of one of the things I hate about Judge Judy. Is one of the reasons why I prefer Judge Rinder to the show Judge Rinder to the show Judge Judy. That's one of the reasons.
John Swan isn't the expert he claims to be. Also,
he's more of an expert than you are, mate.
He will be wrong again, because he will later address Tipster's harassment history, arguing that it was only related to Suzie Lou and so were the takedowns.
What the fuck? What? What? What point is that? I'm sorry, Hector, what is your point? Like, I really don't understand your point whatsoever. I mean, it's no wonder people find this video hilarious, and it's also no wonder you have 142 dislikes, probably more by the time this video goes out, probably even before this video goes out. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, you don't even have to... John Swan's not the only one who's talked about that. Even Tipster himself talked about it, as has the quartering. Most likely even Augie and Nicholas DiOrio. Your points are so fucking invalid. What is that point? What? You are being demonetized by YouTube for harassment. You've received a community strike for harassment. You lost your Twitter for harassment. Yes, you are a harasser. It's shit like this that make me question the actual integrity of the human fucking race. It really is. It makes me wonder if if there is any chance the human race can actually survive. If there is any hope for humanity, if you have morons like this. You've been demonetized by YouTube for harassment. You've received a community strike for harassment. You've lost your Twitter for harassment. Yes, you are a harasser. Yeah, unless you can prove otherwise. Of course, even if they are able to prove otherwise, who's to say morons like this will actually believe it? They're like, no, that's all bollocks. You're a harasser. There's fucking proof, mate. Read it.
It was first for harassment, but now it's for evading that permaban. Tipster used the platform to trash talk many people and spread lies, which I explained in my last video. Not just Suzie Lou or Smash JT, he will do this to detractors and other content creators he openly despised. Tipster has shown poor behavior towards his detractors and opponents.
1 second, I have to smash my head on the desk. You can't exactly say John Swan is taking shit out of context and you do the same fucking thing yourself. Like, that's being a bit of a hypocrite. And not only that, this person has made a screenshot and ignoring the comment. Like, this person has taken a screenshot of what Tipster tweeted and is ignoring the tweet Tipster linked. That's taking out of context. Like, if you see either tweets I show in this video, in my update videos, if it has a link or a screenshot attached to it, I will show them. That's taking something out of context. Because Dr. Herb's only showing this particular tweet, and not the tweet linked. So, what are you on about? Tipster is not a harasser. Nowhere near a harasser.
There are preceding warnings which he has gotten videos taken down before multiple times, and he addressed it only once in a slip-up.
Okay, so there is more to it. Alright, well that's your shit editing. If you're genuinely thinking your reports will get Tipster removed off any platform, you're pathetic. Your efforts are literally wasted because he didn't do anything wrong. But oh please, keep making yourself an example of... Yeah, you've missed most of it. Like, I was right the first time. Fuck's sakes.
Tipster would never mention this again, and he would push the narrative that Suzie Lou was the only person to ever report his channel. The 2018 drama is very complicated and requires a video to explain in full detail due to how convoluted it is. There is a lot to uncover about Tipster and all the people involved because it is the story of betrayal.
What the well, that was interesting. What the fuck was that? I have a feeling your point in this whole thing is gonna be bollocks. Let us see.
Saw a tweet today from Britney Venty. She had an issue with live streaming. Every time she would live stream, she would get a community guideline strike for no reason at all. And so she did a test. She live streamed herself silently reading a book for 8 minutes. And she got a community guideline strike for silently reading a book. And it was taken down for harmful or dangerous content. So this argument that I've seen floating around a lot, even Suzy mentioned it in this video, if YouTube believes your content violated rules, then it's your responsibility and not YouTube's. YouTube is in the right.
John Swan didn't mention the book Britney was reading, which was an autobiography titled How to Be Black, or the N-word past that was visible behind her.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Why was the video taken down again?
She live streamed herself silently reading a book for 8 minutes. And she got a community guideline strike for silently reading a book. And it was taken down for harmful or dangerous content.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fair play on Hector. I will give him that. That's a fair point. And if I'm honest, I didn't really notice that. I'm sorry. Is there actually a book called How to Be Black? Please tell me that's not an actual fucking thing. If I'm being perfectly honest, if someone said, here, read this book, I was like, yeah, no thanks, I'm gonna go home and read Fuck Yeah Video Games, which is an actual book you can buy on Amazon. And I should know, I actually own the fucking thing.
She was pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable on modern day YouTube because, let's face it, an uninformed viewer would think wrongly of a light-skinned woman reading a strangely titled book.
She's a what now?
She was pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable on modern day YouTube because, let's face it, an uninformed viewer would think wrongly of a light-skinned woman reading a strangely titled book and her N-word pass.
Hold on a minute. Is Britney Venty Mexican? So, I am literally scratching my head at this point. I am so confused. Credit to Hector. He's made a... That is a valid point. And if Britney was pushing boundaries of what's acceptable on YouTube, okay. Who knows what the other 3 videos were about? If I'm being honest, personally, I don't think it should have mattered what book she was reading. I mean, she could have read a fucking hentai for all I care. No, I'm sorry. I mean, the N-word plus in the background, yeah, that makes sense. That could possibly be a reason why it was taken down, but reading a book titled How to Be Black, I'm sorry, personally, that's left me thoroughly confused as to why is that fucking relevant. Who cares? Who cares if it's called, the book says How to Be Black. I mean, the book could say How to Be Karen, for all I care. It would make zero, it shouldn't really matter, should it? I mean, if she's just silently reading a book, whatever it is, should it overly matter? I don't know, probably.
Truth is, she is part black and had her DNA results taken to prove it before in a Twitch controversy.
Okay, so if this lady came out as part black, then reading a book, How to Be Black, you've basically fucked yourself. Like that one point you had, which I said was a good point, with this, you have literally screwed yourself.
The stream was a clear joke and quite humorous in the eyes of this content creator.
Why the fuck was she reading the book upside down for? Can she read upside down? You're a wizard.
He engages in sensationalism and ignores established facts to push his story and argument. The Suzie Lou drop may be over, but that is no justification to not clarify things and call out his wrongdoings.
What wrongdoings? You've shown kind of fuck all. I mean, that one point you had about him skipping over something with Britney Venty, you immediately fucked yourself over with an article of her having a DNA analysis showing that she is who she is. You screwed yourself with that bit, so what wrongdoings are you talking about? Everything he's done in his videos, which I've seen, all he's showing are facts and what he's seeing. I don't understand your point, and I don't think anyone else sees your point. Everyone who's disliked this video basically thinks you're a clown and a simp. I think that's what people think of you, mate. I'm sorry.
He still continues this behavior, and it's apparent in his Chris Hansen video because there are multiple things he ignored or overplayed just to discredit him.
Okay, he literally talks about Chris Hansen. I mean, it's literally right there. You do realize that there's a part 2 coming out, right? So whatever he's missed in the first part, if there is any, it will be showing up probably in part 2. And he did say there are some things that will be coming out in part 2. Here's what I think Hector's done. I think what he's done is he's tried to do research, but he's half-assed it. And I think what he's doing is trying to push his narrative. I mean, he's saying John Swan trying to push a narrative that Susie's this evil witch or something. Well, Hector right here is trying to push his narrative of John Swan being a terrible journalist, which he is not. He is not a terrible journalist. He's not. I've seen his videos. There is no terrible journalism in them. So, mate, you're off your rocker.
The omission of details as well as shady news practices are very clear to this content creator. John Swan knows how to run his agenda, and his main goal is clear. It is to discredit and antagonize the people he is covering. It does sound noble to call out bad behavior, but it isn't worth it at the cost of sacrificing principles.
You're gonna talk about sacrificing principles. I want this video to... I literally feel like I'm losing IQ right now at this point. I feel like this video is just making my IQ drop significantly. I feel like my brain is just slowly shutting down. Can we hurry up and end this video, please?
When you cover news and reporting, and when you're a journalist, you generally have to, investigate and do research on your stories. But a lot of us think the stuff you do requires more attention and more reporting, and that's basically what Tipster was trying to do. You generally have to, investigate and do research on your story. You generally have to, investigate and do research on your story.
Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
You know, Susie, I've been thinking about what you said about me continuing to cover your story on Tipster News and using your name for views and money and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie, I've definitely made more money recently on my channel than I have in the past. Not living wages per se, but definitely a lot more money than I've made in the past. And I got to be honest, how do I say this? Thank you for helping me pay the down payment for my new car.
What the fuck was that? Okay, so that's basically all of it. Oh, what the fuck? I felt like I lost brain cells watching this video. Like, literally, my brain was just... What? Call a doctor, I think I'm dying. This video just hurt my brain, like, seriously. I didn't see any really good point. You had, like, one point that I thought was good, and you shat it up. I mean, God, that one point could possibly still be valid with the N-word pass in the background. But most of this video, bullshit points, and you thoroughly hurt my brain. Yeah, this one sucked. And the fact that this guy said that Musley's video was good. No, it wasn't. Musley's video was annoying as all balls and had zero evidence to back himself up. You at least showed stuff. You at least showed some form of, I guess, evidence, which even then can be proved wrong. Did it say 149 before? I literally don't fucking remember. Yeah, this is the only video of Hector Scumbag I've seen. Not to lie, that was also arrogant tipster. I think I could probably see the point of that little thing with tipster, which was just him. I don't know. I can't say much about Hector. I really can't. Other than this video hurt my brain. I felt like my IQ dropped. And I'm not surprised with the amount of dislikes this video got. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry to any of you who lost brain cells during this. I know I fucking lost them. Keep up with me at Taylor Gang, and keep up my friends. Nanny the House Conspiracy Theory, aka Night with Anime Roar, Sungazer, aka Naruto Uzumaki, Ashogamiya, and Undercover Nerd, and as always, I'm Taylor Gang, and I'll see you next time. Okay, a quick amendment to the video. Watching, John Swan made a live stream called Addressing the Allegations, and he literally he stopped at this point, and said, yeah, this was a bit of a mistake, where he made a tweet saying, Suzie Lou has sent me a privacy complaint for including the video of David Hinkle in my video. He literally admitted that that was a mistake, that it wasn't Suzy who did that, it was David who did that. So, he's admitted that's a point. He's probably admitted there are other points in this video. I don't know, I'm literally only 16 minutes into the video. If you want to check it out, link in the description. Yeah, take care. Hey, just another quick update. This video is like an hour long. I am so terribly sorry. However, I just got home and I spotted Scumbag Hector's uploaded a brand new video called John Swan is Fake News. Right, that's gonna need another reaction video. Right.